Welcome to QB Film Room, NFC West roster previews for the quarterback rooms in our last installment of our audio series here as part of our Premium Pass service. So we're starting out with the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray is entering year two in the Cliff Kingsbury system. He played really well last year. Okay, he was a borderline Pro Bowl nominee for the Cardinals. Really got into a groove around midseason. Became more and more comfortable. Was making some tremendous throws. Okay, arm strength throws down the field, down the sideline, anticipation throws. He showed a lot. He showed a lot of promise. Okay, he can certainly be a franchise quarterback moving forward here. $8.08 million for Murray here in 2020 in terms of the cap hit for the selection in 19. Look for continued growth, continued development, continued comfortability in the Kingsbury system. All right. So behind Murray, we have Brett Hundley, who will also be in his second year in Arizona, 6th year in the league, $1.04 million cap hit for Hundley. Again, he started multiple games in 2017 where he threw for 1,800 yards, 9 touchdowns, 12 interceptions when Aaron Rodgers went down. Okay, he spent 2018 with Seattle. He's back to back up Murray here again on a 1-year deal. And then the Cardinals signed Chris Streveler from the CFL. Spent 2 years in Winnipeg. Burst onto the scene in 2018 off the bench. And then he started multiple games in 2019 and played a significant role in the Grey Cup, helping the Blue Bombers win the Grey Cup, signed a futures deal with Arizona. So it will be Streveler's first year in the NFL, a guy who is a legitimate dual threat at the position. So maybe a chance for Streveler to make the roster, honestly, this year. With the Rams, we've got Jared Goff entering year 5, signed that mega deal. His cap hit this year is $28.8 million. Huge year for Goff. Huge year for Jared Goff. Money, essentially Goff is locked in this year, next year, and even in 2022. But he had a down year. He's going to need to bounce back in that Rams offense here in 2020. Behind Goff, they got rid of Blake Bortles, brought back John Wolford, who they had on their practice squad in 2019. He'll be entering his second year in the league, a guy who Sean McVay likes, 5'11 and a half, 215 pounds. A young kid with a quick release, $685,000 will be his rostered salary this year if Wolford makes the squad. Bryce Perkins, priority undrafted free agent quarterback out of Virginia, set some school records in just 2 years as the starting quarterback at Virginia. A quarterback who has a lot of promise, both athletically and in terms of throwing with touch. Now, he's a little bit raw in certain areas, but he'll be fighting for a roster spot with Josh Love, the San Jose State quarterback, who the Rams also signed after the draft concluded. So, it should be an interesting battle for the number 3 job between those two. San Francisco, only 3 quarterbacks rostered here, and Jimmy Garoppolo. He's on the cap for $26.6 million in 2020. Had a tremendous year last year in 19. Super Bowl definitely came up short at times in the Super Bowl. Behind Jimmy Garoppolo is C.J. Beathard and Nick Mullins. They will continue to compete for the backup job. Looks like it could be Mullins, but again, it should be an ongoing battle for that backup job. Only 3 rostered quarterbacks. Beathard entering year 4. Mullins also entering his 4th year. $1.1 million cap hit for CJ this year. Nick Mullins is going to end up making $750,000 this year. So they'll keep all 3 of those guys will be rostered for San Francisco. And then finally, the Seattle Seahawks. We've got Russell Wilson entering his 9th year in the league. It seems like he's been around for at least 10. But Russell's only entering his 9th year. $31 million cap hit for Russell. Behind him, the Seahawks bring back Geno Smith. $1.1 million cap hit here this year. $137,500, that is guaranteed. Geno Smith entering his 8th year. And then Anthony Gordon, a guy who they signed as an undrafted free agent out of Washington State. 1-year starter in Pullman, $614,000. $166,000. $12,000 signing bonus for Anthony Gordon. He'll be fighting to make the roster. It could be a close call, but don't be surprised if Gordon's on the practice squad.